Ну что ж, всем привет-привет. Снова идем. Серьезно, ну так близко было? Снова идем по квестам, да. Не рассчитывал я на то, что мы так быстро дойдем, но дошли. Что ж, хорошо. Вперед! Сейчас нас ждет детективное дело.
Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Все? Серьезно? Так, удерживайте, чтобы отслеживать. Давайте, говорите свидетелям. Простите, где? Как понять, что вот это вот отслеживается? Так. Хорошо, свидетеля найти. Блин, простите. Надеюсь, вы ничего не слышали. Если слышали, то притворимся, что ничего не слышали. Свидетеля найти сложнее, чем данные. Черт, ну нет, мне не это нужно было, не офис кеш. Офис Танна не то, ударный не то, штаб ополчения, здорово. Говорить с Танном, а это что такое? Говорить с Танном. Но это все абсолютно не то. Возможно, наверху. А куда задание это делось? В смысле? А вот. Все, хорошо. Нашлись.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sarah Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Так, во-первых, да, были ли там кетты?
Did you see any ket in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
Ну, блин, не так часто люди убивают... Люди. Вы поняли? В кавычках. Убивают, а потом сразу жалеют. На месте же. Тем более солдат. Как-никак. Это странно.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Интересно.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Говорит с Танном. Вот. Теперь все зацепки ведут в офис Танна. Но что-то мне подсказывает, что если мы доберемся до тела и осмотрим само тело, то Мы найдем
This is the
что-то
planet where we landed.
более.
Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to
Например,
livable.
следы оружия.
That's been
предков.
true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
Надеюсь.
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
Справедливо.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Сам себе,
Ryder,
кажется.
please me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No. I'm fine.
Да что-то не очень. Ладно, ладно. Так, погоди. С Танном поговорили. Поговорить с Сэмом на гибрид. Ну хорошо, с Сэмом поговорим, но позже.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
На самом деле, хотела сказать, что соларианцы себя показали, наверное, хуже, чем те же люди за короткий период времени, но с другой стороны... Ну, по крайней мере, косячили они больше. Люди за такой период тоже уже успели, но все-таки не так. А по поводу соларианцев, как только начала об этом думать, сразу вспомнила момент из рассказа Андерсона, когда он рассказывал о соларианце Спектре. Так что, да, соларианцы, как люди, бывают разные. Да, Тан, мы с тобой чем-то похожи. Придется нам завоевывать свои звания.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Да.
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Хорошо. Здесь у нас, я так понимаю, просто вопросы, да? Давай поболтаем. Почему бы, да? Почему бы?
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge
спасибо
killed
за честность.
hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Нет, он мне... Все-таки больше он мне нравится. Вот, по крайней мере, он честный.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the
Спасите.
leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we called them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Что-то мне говорит, что мы их увидим. Не стоит. Такие группировочки, пусть и маленькие, списывать со счетов.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but
более.
eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Несправедливо, кто сказал, что соларианцы хорошо правят. Нет, соларианцы вон хороши в науке, вот иди и в лабораторию сиди. В таком случае. Глупость какая?
Why don't you like the
Стереотипы.
Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Сам себя не похвалишь. А больше тут хвалить и некому, да, Тан?
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them. The thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Так, еще. Ну-ка,
As
расскажи нам о
director
себе.
of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is
Своеобразный совет.
maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was
Сказали,
charismatic,
кстати.
eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, You're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Странненький ты, странненький. Вот был у нас знакомый такой Мордин. Вот он
Any
бы
more
вас тут
information you can give me on the
расставил.
missing orcs?
No,
Он и
and that is
солдат,
the
и
distressing
ученый.
part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely
Что дипломат,
unaccounted
уверен?
for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Кстати, тоже об этом думала, но не озвучивала по поводу ханаров. Вообще, Элкоры. Ну, Коров, наверное, в самую последнюю очередь вообще брать бы стали куда-то, но все-таки ханары недалеко ушли. Ну вот Азария как-то либо внимания не обратила, либо здесь вообще их нет. На конкретно марке. У нас на корабле были. Как минимум док.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Тут согласна. Тут не поспоришь. Тут ты прав полностью. Посмотрим, что мы можем друг для друга сделать. Ты нам как минимум уже корабль даешь. Это немножко расправляет нас. Ёлки-палки. И что делаешь, голубец?
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. Third time this week. It's getting worse. First one was small stuff. This one could have hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry. Understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Окей. Окей, окей. Раз ты скажешь, где тут находятся панельки, тогда окей.
Find out why. Be careful.
Чё?
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Хорошо. Далековато как-то. Так, отсюда ж я смогу? Смогу найти.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Так. Что? Окей. Еще панелька-то есть где-нибудь, нет? Или это единственная панель была? Стоп. Допустим, ладно. Я не думаю, что мы будем специально ходить выискивать панельки, но если что-то еще увидим, найдем. Сканируем, попробуем. Мало ли. Мало ли. С вами могу поговорить, нет? С вами больше не о чем разговаривать, да? Жаль. У меня здесь еще Кроган где-то. Здесь? Нет, не здесь. Здесь нам на выход. Где у нас Кроган? Кандрес. Какая же ты лапочка, а?
No news on the Turian Ark yet. Or is this militia business?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me?
Да, мы поняли. Как громко это было. Мешайте. Дома, мешайте. Так, стоп. А я могу посмотреть завершенные задания? Приоритетные задачи. А есть обычные задачи? Так, дополнительные. Сводится на Nexus. Поговорить с учеными. Где мне ученых найти? Воссоединение на поверхности. Это что? Это выполненные. Выполненные. Отправиться. Это прям цепочка квестов. Пролог, задача в Илии. Nexus. Саботаж на станции. Во. Смотреть центр управления, смотреть казармы ополчения. Вот. Где-то тут. Это тоже панель? Нет, это просто... А, да, это панелька.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Попробуем дойти. Стоп.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Так. И у нас, получается, только тут осталась панелька, да? Если это еще панелька.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Так. А мейндек у нас тут где находится? Внизу. Она у нас там чего-то... Чего-то... Ну, как она нам там делает? Нет, скоро подождешь. Хотя, стоп. Мне нужно поговорить с учеными, мне нужно поговорить с Роганом. Сейчас быстренько поговорим.
But the planet was
Надеюсь,
toxic.
это задание
What if they store
не
You must be
навредит.
the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14
Azari.
months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket? Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
Да, конечно, но...
What conservation
убежал.
effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Your work is important. Don't lose sight of that. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened. And I need to know.
Нравится, что она при деловом стиле как-то не грубит, как, допустим, тот же Ренегат мог сделать, да? Ты выбираешь вроде какой-то более-менее сухой ответ, но при этом чтоб могла спокойно нагрубить. А здесь как-то все по-деловому. Попробуйте меня остановить.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Я не уверена, что я все вот это смогу просканировать, все это буду
The beauty of
сканировать.
the cosmos unfolds in your planet scans, Pathfinder. But there is more they can do.
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Plans for a school are underway to inspire a new generation of young minds. I want to craft a model of the cluster for them, accurate and splendid from your data. My prototype is on that console. Add more scans to improve it, and I will share my educational budget with you. And my thanks.
Денежки нам предлагают, денежки, обязательно. А что за сломанная консоль? Подождите. Последнее предложение, профессор Герик и другие, поскольку мы бесспорно являемся для Андромеды инвазивными видами. Ага, правда? Мы еще успеем оставить свой след, но действовать надо осторожно, стараясь сохранить все, что из-за нас может исчезнуть. Скопление Элия бросило нам неожиданный вызов. Мы прибыли сюда с запасами семян и образцами ДНК, чтобы сохранить биологическое разнообразие видов Млечного Пути. Но эти территории пострадали от скверны, и их уникальная флора и фауна оказалась под угрозой. Их также необходимо защитить. Описание обновления Люкан. Гибкий интерфейс, синхронизируемый, улучшенное распознавание голоса. Прибор распознает слова алюминий и алюминиевый. Хорошо. Настройки по умолчанию более не делают сенсорный экран прозрачным. Решена проблема с обнаружением сенсорного экрана. Улучшено взаимодействие с СЭМом. 3 первичных моделей системы будут готовы уже на следующей неделе. Надо видеть, где мы находимся. Орбитальные вариации Нексуса. Необходимо внести поправки, учитывая изменения. Напоминания. Наши дочери не будут знать, что такое криостаз и что такое 600 лет сна. Они родятся в Андромеде. Это важный фактор. Скопление в хаосе, неприветливое окружение. Но не столь значимо то, с чем мы боремся, сколь то, что мы создаем. Наверное, да. Почему у вас консоли такие сломанные? Что, я починить не могу? Ничего? Сканировать планеты, сканировать минералы. Господа ученые, вы нашли на кого все это посваливать. Но мы попробуем. Но не обещаю. Не помню абсолютно, где находится у нас наша крова. Вот она.
Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are...
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan, ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Подозрительно, подозрительно. А еще интересно, если, допустим, она отказалась, и она не предоставляет какую-либо информацию для своего клана, то не считается ли она изгнанницей также?
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Для них.
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Стараемся что-нибудь сделать, но мы тоже как бы не сильно.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
Подождите. Мы же улетели раньше, чем все это началось. Разве нет? Ну, чем Морден, либо не Морден, как Джокер говорил. Лекарства сделали.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
Надеюсь.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
Тут не одна, кто так думает.
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Интересно, интересно. То есть им даже и лекарства, в принципе, не понадобилось. Они вон сами справляются потихонечку. Долго, правда, конечно. Не так, как с лекарствами, но все же. Ай-яй. А вдруг вот придут новости о том, что лекарства уже есть. Ну, надеюсь, они просто порадуются. Не в духе Крокуса.
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Good luck out there.
Так, что ж, квест, я так понимаю, мы завершили. Один из постов. Сейчас почитаем. Контейнер, забираем все, что находим. На память будущим поколениям, если инициатива вдруг всплывет кверху брюхом. Брюхом. Nexus, по сути своей, не более чем цирк на 4 манежа. Мне не нравятся методы Танна, и он явственно показывает свое презрение к Роганам. Думаю, намерения у него благие, но он тут еще рвач. И добьется он так только конфликта. Nexus не сможет объединиться до тех пор, пока у Танна развязаны руки. Эдисон уже решила отколоться от него и занимает круговую оборону. Надо будет потолковать с Кандросом. Надеюсь, мы сумеем договориться. А может и нет. Как же меня достали все эти фокусы.
My crew's working on it. We've moved the ops center to the top of our priority list. That's an entire sector showing green. Good job, you two.
С кем ты разговариваешь?
Pathfinder.
Nothing more for now.
Good luck out there.
Хорошо. Все, побежали тогда убирать эту женщину-диверсантку. Кто она там с нашего корабля? Как можно скорее, мы и так тут довольно долго времени. Довольно долго. Довольно долго времени провели. Много пробегали. Зная, что у нас на корабле диверсант.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison, first Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Кто из них Эдисон?
Which one was Addison again? All politicians look the same to me.
Same here. Next time we'll ask for a seating chart. I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your brother's doing.
Да. И не только. Так, поехали на наш корабль. Партнеров мы наших там оставили. Прям обоих. Так, я надеюсь, нам тут ничего не сломали, пока нас не было. Вы следите? Следите. Внимательно следите. И диверсантка. Ну-ка, ловим ее. Ну-ка, налетели.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Pattle's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Кто такая Лайна?
Pathfinder, it's good to see you. Word is there's been trouble on the station.
We're here now. It'll get better.
That's what I've been telling people. You're here now. As soon as we establish outposts, everything will even out. I'm sure of it.
О да. Ты кто?
What about your family?
I'm an orphan. My parents died on the Mindoir colony when it was attacked years ago. No siblings. I left some friends and distant relatives behind. But I have friends here too. I love piloting. But I like the idea of going back to my roots and farming like my parents did. Someday.
Why did you join the initiative?
Одного фермера
The
нашли,
most
уже
popular
здорово.
question on the station. Honestly, I wouldn't have known about this project if Nozomi hadn't reached out to me.
Nozomi?
Captain Dunn. Of all the captains I've piloted for, she's the best. I've always been a wanderer at heart. When she asked me to be her pilot, how could I say no to the adventure of a lifetime?
Ну, кто ты?
How do you feel about all this now that we're here?
Hopeful. I know it's a rose-colored outlook, but someone's got to keep the positivity coming, right?
Окей.
Have to go now. See you later.
Talk to you later.
Не поняла, кто ты, зачем мы с тобой сейчас разговаривали, но... Окей. Да, мышка. 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 Мышка, спокойно. Так, хорошо, мы можем... Ничего не можем, капитан Дан.
Ryder.
You're not on the bridge, Captain?
We powered it down. Can't afford to waste energy. Though Cryo Bay and Sam Node are exempt. And I told them to keep their hands off Alec's quarters. You have access now.
Thanks.
Hey, sorry about your father. He was really good at what he did. Just not so good at working with people. He was right about going planetside, though.
No need to sugarcoat it. He could be a pain in the ass.
He and I had our disagreements, that's for sure. Anyway, here's hoping you and I get along better. If there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Now that the Hyperion is docked, what will you do?
Normally, I'd supervise thawing out the colonists, but that's been put on hold. I hear you're the one helping resolve the issue. Good luck with that.
If someone had told you that you'd be in the Andromeda cluster even 5 years ago...
Are you kidding me? I'd have laughed them out of the quadrant. Although the way things are now isn't exactly what I was hoping for either. We all knew there was a possibility on arrival of less than ideal circumstances. When you sign up, you hope for the best and plan for the worst.
Why did you join the initiative? We're a long way from home.
How could I not? I love my job. Coming here, all this, it was just a logical extension of what I already do. Sailing through new stars, discovering new worlds. What self-respecting explorer could pass that up?
Что ж, я...
Thanks for the talk.
Не знаю,
All
зачем
right.
мы с вами
I have requests to
общаемся.
submit, administrators to harass, and people to wake up. I'd better get to it. Good luck out there.
Да, и вам также удачи. Где у нас находится жилые помещения вообще? Где там наш брат? Где Алик жил? Что меня интересует? Так, Сэм.
Hello,
Yeah,
Sarah.
well,
Welcome
yes.
back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's... me, now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of
концепт
AI,
симбиоза.
drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
Okay, well, just as long as it doesn't hurt.
The only pain is that which life provides. As I've discovered, this can be a lesson in itself.
It's one I'd rather avoid. So where do we go from here?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Так, стоп, что это такое? Штурмовик? Плюс ближний бой, первый проходит с профиля. Окей. Допустим, почему мы не открыли именно эту страницу?
Welcome back, Sarah.
Сэм. Давай еще поговорим с тобой немного.
I take it you're based here in Samnode?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
What more can you tell me about my implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
He removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything?
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Me more than you.
Один из заданных вопросов, похож ли он чем-то на идею, Сэм? Ответ скорее да, чем нет, как оказалось. То есть он как минимум также учится, учился, вернее, у человека каким-то более человеческим качеством.
Do you know anything more about Scott's condition?
I monitor
И на
Dr.
удивление
Carlisle's
Алика.
reports. He is providing Scott with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How did my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
Так, стоп. Я уже упоминала, что я читаю книжку по Mass Effect, если это не было в прошлый раз, когда все мои упоминания стали замьюченными. Там говорилось как раз по поводу разработки какого-то искусственного интеллекта, запрещенный причем. Но пока связать ничего не могу, я не дошла еще до момента, когда говорилось об этом больше.
So there are other
Будет
Sams
любопытно,
out
если
there?
свяжут.
Correct. However, your father
Если это
continued to
действительно
modify
была
my own
разработка Сэма.
routines until the Hyperion's departure. I am the most advanced SAM in the initiative.
О, ну конечно, это же наш Сэм.
What did he mean by
Конечно,
a
ты самый умный.
symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms.
Должен же
A
быть
flower
баланс.
provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
Что ж,
That's all for
хорошо.
now.
Of course.
Продолжим наше великолепное сотрудничество, Сэм. Я так понимаю, вот это вот и есть? Нет, что это за место?
Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Хорошо, благодарю. Ух.
Your father's first sidearm. a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Да уж.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Эссар, Нормандия, серьезно? А почему? Почему это у него? Какая прелесть. Куда мы это забрали? Алло, поставь обратно. В смысле?
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Знаете чего? Давайте вот это ставим уже на следующий раз. Сейчас посмотрим. Кофемашину.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like. Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
В смысле? Я думала, ты здесь. Ладно, хорошо. В следующий раз тогда зайдем к Сэму и посмотрим, что у нас в системе архивации записано. А пока... Спасибо огромное за просмотр. Опять же, ничего особо не сделали маленький квест. И то, не сделали полуквест по исследованию панелей. Переговорили, с кем можно переговорить. И что ж, надеюсь, в следующий раз будет экшон. Экшон. Полетим исследовать планеты. Как минимум, да, я хочу сделать квест, вот этот сайт-квест с камерами. Мы обязательно им займемся в следующий раз. И обязательно займемся в следующий раз квестом детективным. Такие маленькие квесты сейчас пойдут первыми. Все. Спасибо огромное за просмотр. Всем хорошего времени суток. Всем пока-пока.